Namaste. Welcome to the second part of series on lessons to be learned from Titanic tragedy and rescue. If you have missed first part, you can find it in the link below the description. The Titanic was one of the three new ships built for White Star Line. The company was promoting luxury over speed to sell tickets. However, during the fateful night, its chairman pressurized captain to increase speed. The higher the speed in iceberg Ellifield led to the collision by preventing the crew to react to the approaching iceberg. Beware of scope creep in your projects. Typically is can you make just this one small change please? The fact is any change is rarely small. It may lead to changes in other parts of the system, resulting in greater complexity and more testing. Make sure that all stakeholders know this in your project. A number of small factors played big roles in Titanic disaster. The high speed in iceberg field, the lookouts had no binoculars as they were left behind at Southampton. Wireless operator was busy in when another ship tried to contact and warn about icebergs and neglected the deliveries on earlier warning. No single factor can be attributed to cause of disaster. The effect of all of them made the disaster. In a major event or problem occurs, a project team rallies and steps up its effort. However, it can fail to appreciate the issues of small delays and how they add up. The small delays are just as critical as the large ones and need equal attention. Adherence to every milestone is critical to the success of the project. A few hours before the collision, wireless operator received a message from nearby ship regarding iceberg warning. He was busy taking care of messages to and from Titanic passengers. He assumed it was unimportant to respond to and shut it off. He never received the latest warning messages. How often have we seen things blow up because of assumptions? Assumptions are important in work, and if you proceed on the basis of them, make sure everyone is clear about what assumptions you are making. When chairman asked to increase speed, Captain got distracted from his duty to maneuver the Titanic safety in the iceberg field and increase the speed. How often do you start your work with the best intentions of completing your to-do list, only to become sidetracked by chatting with coworkers or surfing the web? If enough members of your team encounter enough distractions, your project will gradually fall behind. Less number of lifeboats is well known. However, it was also based on standard in effect based on weight of the ship instead of people on board. Binoculars were missing, an important tool for lookouts. If you do not have valid measurements for your project, you too will run into problems. The project progress should be monitored and measured on milestones objectively instead of on the basis of mandates. Properly defined metrics plays a vital role in tracking the project. Proper tools should be used to ensure correct and real-time data and decide on the course of project. During abandoning the ship, nurse of the first class traveling family took young child without informing the family. The family searched for them during the turning down chances of escape. The family died in sinking. Your own project might not be as critical as sinking ship. Still, your stakeholders need to know about the status and progress of your project. Keeping them informed will keep them happier. They can take timely actions and decisions to make it a success. Father of one of the victim on board was asked to pay for his son's band uniform. It may be okay for the company which managed the band, but it was insensitive to the father. When explaining aspects of a project, try to see things from the other person's perspective. If a stakeholder asks a question, try to see beyond the question itself to find the motivation behind the question. Such practice can help find better solution. Each recovered victim was numbered. The information and descriptions were recorded in a ledger book as per victim's number. All the personal effects were also backed as per victim's number. When the victims were buried in Halifax, the victim number was engraved on the marker. The victim number allowed relatives and researchers to link victim description to personal effects to the cemetery location. The same kind of traceability is important in your projects. How familiar are you with the strategic objectives of your company? Can you find a logical connection between the requirements of your project and those strategic objectives? Traceability helps to reduce efforts at later stages of the project. Recovery documents are still available at public archives in Halifax. Such documentation helped a few years ago to identify the unknown child of the Titanic based on DNA analysis after the 1 century. No one likes to document a project or system. However, documentation is often the most important part of the project because it may exist long after the project team has disbanded. That documentation might not need to exist for 100 years, but it should still serve the purpose of helping your customers understand their system. The documentation was done using simple tools, ledger and pen, but with the very good method to make it useful even after a century. So method is more important than the tools. You might want to use sophisticated planning and tracking software and tools. It is important that your plan is solid. The best tool in the world will not save a poorly designed plan. Please share your views as comments below. Please subscribe and hit bell icon to receive notification on the next part of the series. Thank you for watching this video.